In June 2016, the British voted to leave the European Union, but more than 4 years later, there is still no agreement on exactly how relations between London and Brussels should be regulated. There's not much time left now. The struggle for a trade pact between Great Britain and the EU is being extended again. The British negotiator warns that everything can still fail, but he also shows optimism. British Brexit negotiator David Frost sees progress in negotiations on a trade pact with the EU. There has been some progress in a positive direction in the past few days, wrote Frost on Twitter shortly before arriving for a new round of talks in Brussels on Sunday. We now mostly have a common text of the contract, although there is of course still no agreement on significant points. However, the European Union complained about a lack of movement after the last round of negotiations. The same issues have been stuck for months, including the rules for EU fishermen in British waters and common competitive conditions. On Sunday afternoon, Frost wanted to start a new round of negotiations with EU negotiator Michel Barnier. "We have negotiated almost every day since October 22nd, tweeted the Briton. Time is running out. Several deadlines have already been broken. A trade agreement would have to be ratified on both sides before it can come into force at the turn of the year. The British Environment Minister, George Eustice, however, urged, "This week something has to move," he said. "There must be a breakthrough on at least some points of contention. Otherwise the time will run out and implementation will be difficult." At the same time, he stressed that the British government intended to push the controversial internal market law. This is seen as a major stumbling block in the EU-UK negotiations on future trade relations. According to Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the planned law should serve as a safety net in the event that the ongoing negotiations with the EU do not reach a final settlement on trade in goods between the British Isles and the province of Northern Ireland and on the open border with the EU member Ireland. The law would give London the opportunity to overturn the regulation already enshrined in the Brexit Treaty, according to which EU customs rules should also apply in Northern Ireland in the future. With the regulation, the EU also wants to prevent the Northern Ireland conflict from flaring up again. Irish Foreign Minister Simon Coveney said that if London sticks to the law, the EU will not be able to ratify a trade deal. London breaks international law. Great Britain had already left the EU at the end of January. Until the end of December, however, there is still a transition phase in which largely the same rules apply as before. Without an agreement, there will be tariffs, traffic jams at the borders and other trade barriers. The negotiations could continue to fail. Frost warned on Twitter, as I said, and companies should prepare. "There comes a time when companies really need to know what they are preparing for," said British Environment Secretary George Eustice in a BBC interview on Sunday. The coming week, as he said, is a week in which things have to move. And really to emphasize this, Ireland's Foreign Minister Simon Coveney warned on Sky News that an agreement could fail because Great Britain adhered to the internal market law. And once again, that planned law violates the laboriously negotiated and already valid Brexit deal in parts. And it is true, there is no way the EU will ratify a new agreement if the British government breaks an existing agreement that is less than 12 months old and thus international law. And for all of those Brexiteers that are saying, as long as the law is not law, it's not a breach. It is. Read the withdrawal agreement. Tabling this bill alone was a breach of the withdrawal agreement, and with this, a breach of international law. If you don't believe me, read it yourself. Nevertheless, Irish Foreign Minister Coveney still considers an agreement to be feasible. The leader of the Conservative European People's Party, Manfred Weber from the Christian Social Union in Germany, called on British Prime Minister Boris Johnson to row back. Johnson has to come to his senses and make compromises. Only then can further damage to the people and the economy in the UK and the EU be averted, he told the editorial network Germany. And if you now want to know more about Brexit, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you on the end screen, right next to your chance, opportunity, whatever you feel like, to subscribe to my channel. And by the way, on this channel from now on, there's only Brexit. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!